In progress.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I'm going to start. Good evening, everyone. This is Chetan Chopra, Secretary NAR India. Welcome all to the first webinar of term 26-27. We have got great panelists over here. We have got our Vice Chairman, Mr. Tarun Bhatia. We have got our President, Mr. Chandresh Vitlani, Mr. Ram Prasad Padi, sir, who looks after chair member training, Mr. Amit Porwal, chair skill development, and Mr. Santosh Senapati, chair education. Welcome all to the webinar. Look forward to have a great webinar. And I would request our Vice Chairman, Mr. Tarun Bhatia, to address the meeting.
Thank you, Chetan. Good evening, everyone. What a turnout. Great to see so many of you here and from all over the country, from the north to the south to the east to the west to the center. Welcome again. For those joining us for the first time on an NAR India webinar, welcome. We used to do this very, very often, especially in COVID times, but now things got busy. And for those who, were at Navigate 2026 at Mumbai and caught Neeraj's session there, you already know why you are here tonight. You came back for more, so that's a pretty smart move. Let me just take 2 minutes before we hand over back to Chetan. We live in a world where clients Google us before they call us. They check our LinkedIn profile before they meet us. And in many cases, they've already decided whether to trust us or not, based on what they see online, even before we have had a conversation. So this is the reality of today's profession. And most of us, including me, are not making the most of the opportunity that LinkedIn represents. NAR India's education agenda this year, and our president, Chandresh, will cover it. He's very, very clear. It's focused on exactly this, giving our members practical tools that make a real difference to how they build their business. Not theory, not inspiration, actual skills that they can use the next morning. Today's session with Neeraj ji is a perfect example of that. He is India's leading authority on LinkedIn and AI for professionals. 90 minutes live interaction. Please take notes, ask questions, make it interactive, and please implement at least one thing before this week is out. Thank you very much. Welcome again. Back to you, Chetan.
Thank you, Tarun sir, for inspiring words. Now I would request Mr. Chandresh Vitlani, our president, to address the meeting. Unmute, sir. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, Chetan bhai, Tarun bhai, Ram, Amit, Neeraj ji, और संतोष. तो बेसिकली एजुकेशन प्रोग्राम सारे मेंबर जो हमारे एनआर के हैं, तो यहाँ पे हमने इस साल ये कोशिश की है कि भाई मिनिमम 24 वेबिनार हम करेंगे ये साल में, जहाँ पे अपने एग्जिस्टिंग मेंबर जितने हैं उनको भी वो बेनिफिट मिले, ट्रेनिंग के लिए बेनिफिट मिले, स्किल डेवलपमेंट के लिए बेनिफिट मिले, और बिजनेस के लिए भी हम अपॉर्चुनिटी जनरेट करेंगे, जहाँ पे सारे वेयरहाउस मल्टी सिटी जो काम कर रहे हैं, रिटेलर जो है उनको भी हम लाने की कोशिश करेंगे, जहाँ पे मेंबर्स को मैक्सिमम बिजनेस स्किल डेवलपमेंट और ट्रेनिंग मिले. तो ये पर्पस था वेबिनार का. तो ये फर्स्ट से हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं और हर मंथ में हम मैक्सिमम कोशिश करेंगे कि 2 वेबिनार एटलीस्ट करेंगे. तो ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लेंगे, मेंबर्स काफी ज्वाइन कर भी चुके हैं और एड्रेस भी सबको करना बाकी है, तो हम आगे प्रोग्राम को कंटिन्यू करते हैं.
Thank you, Chandresh bhai. Thank you so much. Now I'll request Ram Prasad sir to introduce our speaker and take the things ahead. Thank you, Ram sir.
Thank you, Chetan. Thank you, everyone, for giving me this opportunity. I feel very happy to keep introducing Neeraj at various forums. And Neeraj is a person today, he is known in India as a leading expert on LinkedIn and AI for business. So for people who don't know Neeraj yet, he is the founder of Titan Mastermind. And what does he do at Titan Mastermind is he helps founders, consultants, and business owners use LinkedIn and AI tools to build an authority in their business. And he's precisely here to help us do that. And most of us know BNI. So let me tell you, Neeraj is the person who brought BNI to India. So he started BNI fresh in India from ground up. He built up to a network of 10,000 entrepreneurs over 28 cities. So many of us here are members. So now you know who got BNI. So what he does today is combine decades of those building experiences, business building experience with AI strategies. I have been working with Neeraj for the last 8 months. I have joined his mastermind, and I can tell you the kind of things that he gives is amazing. So as Tarun said, listen to what he says, but please start implementing starting tomorrow. Neeraj holds his classes in BKC Geo on Saturdays, and he does it online as well. And I can give you an insight of what wonderful work he has done. So welcome, Neeraj. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, look, we're here to help you generate more business. It's as simple as that, okay? And I think Tarun Bhai said something very important, which is this, that before people decide to work with you, they're going to check you out online, okay? But they're not only going to check you out online. These days, instead of going to Google, they're going to go to AI like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and they're going to put in your name. They're going to put in who is Tarun Bhatia, who is Neeraj Shah, who is Ram Prasad. So the question is that, will you turn up? There might be someone else with your name doing something completely different, okay? Or if it is something about you, is it something which is accurate? Is it something that you want to be seen? Are you controlling the narrative? Okay. And if you're not, then today's session is going to exactly help you with that. So let's get started immediately. Let me share my screen. Okay. So we will come back to my profile in a moment. I hope you guys are able to see my presentation. Just Ram Prasad, just give me a thumbs up if you, yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I've dealt with a number of real estate brokers already. Okay, so everything that I'm going to share right now is going to be related to those specific case studies. So this is the new playbook for Indian real estate professionals. Sorry, just give me a moment. I just want to check that this is changing right. Okay. So I work with some 750 plus founders, coaches, and consultants, particularly on LinkedIn. I've been on LinkedIn for the last 6 years, although I was an early adopter and joined in 2025. I mean, 2005. So I've been on LinkedIn for more than 20 years, but it's only 6 years ago that I got like super serious about it and got started with it. And I've grown now to about 33,000 LinkedIn followers and generating 90% of my business organically without ads from LinkedIn. Okay, so we're going to look at two parts. One, how you can use LinkedIn, and number two, how you can also use AI as a part of it. Okay, so two key case studies I'll share. The gentleman on the left is based in Mumbai. He deals with residential real estate, and he was able to generate over 7 crores of sales just using LinkedIn organically. And the gentleman on the right, all of you know, he's your education coordinator here for this esteemed organization. How one post generated 8,900 plus views and generated 5 leads, out of which he's actually managed to close 2. So how did they do it? So I'm going to take you through that exactly. Now, if you're dealing with senior people, okay, decision makers, they may be chief executive officers, HNIs, NRIs, okay, they're going to check LinkedIn before connecting with you. Not only that, they are going to Google you, they are going to check on ChatGPT, and typically, for most people, and try this out, you will note that if you are on LinkedIn, then your LinkedIn profile will come up first. And even if you being quoted on say ChatGPT, if you've done a good job, then you will find it will be your LinkedIn profile. Okay, why? Because number one, LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft and it is 100% optimized for search engine optimization. So when people search on Google, who do they find, is determined by search engine optimization. And your LinkedIn profile is 100% optimized for that search. Number two, the second most scraped site by ChatGPT and friends is LinkedIn. Okay, so therefore, your activity on LinkedIn, your profile on LinkedIn is determining whether people actually find you or not find you, if you're invisible or not. Okay, and then there is a third AI, which is LinkedIn's own algorithm. Every social media platform like Instagram, Facebook has its own algorithm, which is driving it, which is all driven by AI. So LinkedIn has its own algorithm. So I'm going to show you how you can be visible to all three in the right way. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about 2 missed opportunities as far as your online presence, and if you're doing things manually, how those things can actually be automated with the use of AI. So lead generation matters. I don't care how good you are with what you do, how big your network is, okay? And having started and run a networking organization, I understand the value of a network and the value of referrals, okay? But the most important thing to understand is that everything is downstream of lead generation. If you know how to generate leads, you will never be hungry. If you know how to generate leads, then you will be able to get the best leads coming to you. Okay. There is a difference between going after someone and inbound leads. Okay. So we want to teach you how do you set things up in that particular way. Okay. We're going to also look at what are some of the common myths in terms of lead generation, what stops people from generating relationships at scale, okay? And how do we need to reframe that? And then how do we overcome a particular fear, which is a very common fear that I get, which is the fear of judgment, okay? Because I'm going to share a statistic about LinkedIn, which is going to shock you, okay? And if you get your mind in the right way, then you are going to really be able to overcome that and generate results for yourself. Okay. So typically, there are 2 things holding your lead generation back on LinkedIn. Okay. It's either one or the other, or sometimes both. Okay. So, number one, they might not be doing enough of the things that generate leads. Okay. So they they understand that if you post on LinkedIn, you send direct messages, which the short form is DMs, okay, then you will be able to generate leads, but they're missing consistency, okay? Every now and then post, every now and then connect with people, they might log in to LinkedIn, not regularly, might be a couple of times a year, or once or twice a month. Okay. The other thing is, even if they're doing the right things, they're not doing enough of it because they don't have the proficiency of doing the right things. Okay. They don't have a system or process. It is just random in terms of, I call it random acts of marketing. Okay. And effort without strategy produces frustration, okay, not results. So we want to guide you what is the right strategy, and then what are the things that you can do consistently so that you can be generating 5+ warm leads a week using LinkedIn. So why LinkedIn? First of all, it is the world's largest B2B network. There are now over 1.2 billion professionals. The key decision makers, CXOs, HNIs, NRIs that are active on this one platform. Okay. And they don't come to do time pass. Anyone who logs in on LinkedIn is very serious. It's different on, say, Instagram or Facebook. Okay. Number two, 4 out of 5 people on LinkedIn are actually decision makers. Okay. And this is very important because we want to connect with decision makers, because real estate decisions are major decisions and people don't take them lightly. So we want people who can make decisions, and more importantly, they have the budget as well. So, if you put those two things together, then it's a deadly combination. Okay. Next, there's less competition. Okay. It is going to be much more easier to stand out. Okay. Why? Because out of the 1.2 billion people that are on LinkedIn, only 9 to 9.5 million of those people post more than 3 times a week. 3 or more times a week. Okay. So therefore, it is only those people that are visible to the rest of the people. The rest of the people are actually watching and reading your posts if you are one of the people that are posting. Let's look at it in terms of Instagram. Instagram, is maybe triple the amount of, I think it's over 5 billion people. However, from the 5 billion people, more than half of them are producing content. So you're competing with about 2.5 billion people, whereas on LinkedIn, you're only competing against 9 to 9.5 million people. Okay. That by itself should want to get you like super excited about LinkedIn and want you to take this on. Okay. And as I mentioned it earlier, it is the second most scraped site by AI. So your content, your profile, okay, is going to be making a huge difference as far as will you be discoverable by ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, etc. Okay, so now let's look at this particular part. Okay, most people, unfortunately, are selling only to the 3% that are currently ready to buy. And what they're doing is they're actually leaving aside 67%. Okay. Now, out of that, 7% are open to buying, but they're not currently ready. 30% are not thinking about it, but they will be thinking about it soon. And 30% think that they're actually not interested until they kind of read a particular post, they see something that you have put together, and then they go, oh, actually, I think I might be ready for this. Okay. So if you are one of these people on LinkedIn who caters not only to the 3%, okay, because that is the most competitive, but to the 67%, okay, we know 30%, they're just not interested. They're not the right people. Okay, so leave out the 30%, but it is the 67% in between that, your content can educate and build trust with, and then move to the 3%. And before they get to the 3%, they will already have made up their mind that they want to deal with you. So they will think of you first before they think of anyone else. And you will get an incoming DM or message, okay, which is what we want it to be. So what stops people from generating business on LinkedIn, there are 4 key things. Number 1, they have a bad offer. They're not clear about what they are offering, or they're trying to say that they can do too many different things. Okay, they might, yes, as a real estate broker, you may be able to do residential, commercial, outright, lease, land, etc. Okay, but the key thing I want you to ask you is that if I will look at your revenue for the last financial year, you'll find the 80-20 rule applies. 20% brought in 80% of the business. So what is that 20%? If you focused your offer on that 20%, that is what, is going to drive you the business. Okay. Number 2, the LinkedIn profile is set up like a resume or CV. Okay. We're not trying to help you get a job. We're trying to help you get business. Okay. And therefore, if your LinkedIn profile is set up as a sales page to attract your ideal client, then it will be able to do that. Okay. Number 3, again, coming back to the right offer. What is that 20% that you're an expert at, that you can do with your eyes closed and you're able to generally get deal flow for that? Okay. Your content needs to be around that. Okay. It can't be talking about 10 million things. Okay. It will confuse the AI, it will confuse the LinkedIn algorithm, and it will confuse the human. Okay. So we don't want to confuse any of them. We want all 3 of them to think one thing: oh, wow, this person is an expert at X, maximum Y. Okay. So X or X plus Y, but not more than that. Okay. So how do we then put together that content? And then lastly, how do you turn comments and DMs into chat that actually converts clients so that they want to do business with you? So those are the 4 things that we're going to look at. Okay. So let's help you build a lead converting profile, number 1, okay, that can generate 1 to 2 leads for you daily. Then how do you have conversations that convert? So it includes content plus direct messages, okay? That leads to the pipeline, okay? And then what kind of client attracting content can you end up creating? Okay. So let's look at this. Okay. How do you turn your profile into a sales page? Okay. There are 5 very important things. This is the top of my profile. Okay. So the first thing, number 1, is your photo. Please do not put your company logo on there or leave it blank. Okay. No one is going to connect with someone who has a logo or is missing their particular profile photo. Okay. The profile photo needs to cover 80% of the frame, because most people are going to actually view this on your mobile. Okay. So the bigger the photo it is, the better it will be. Okay. You don't want any of your body. You actually want it zoomed in, covering, say, 80% of your face. Okay. And very important, look directly at the camera and smile. And now these days with AI, you can upload even a bad photograph of yours and turn it into a great photo as if it's been shot on studio. Google Gemini Nano Banana Pro helps you do that. Okay. Number 2, think of your banner, okay, as your billboard for your business. Okay. They will first see a photo, then they will look at what is on the billboard. Now, I see people putting cityscapes, putting motivational quotes, things like that. Okay. Imagine you paid 2-3 lakhs for a prime billboard. Would you put just a photograph with nothing on it? Would you put a motivational quote? No. You want to, advertise your business. You want to sell your business. So you can see here, in my case, it's like, what if LinkedIn plus AI could help you win $10,000 plus clients in just 15 minutes a day? DM me blueprint to find out more. Okay. So it is what we call a question pitch. It is a statement with how I can help. Okay. What is the result I can help deliver in a measurable way, but asked as a question, which inevitably my target market will want to say yes to. And then it doesn't leave it just as that. It says, okay, there is a call to action. DM me blueprint. Now, if I get someone sending me a message with the word blueprint, I know they have visited my profile. So this is very important. Okay. Then number 3, okay, it is below my name. Okay. Then you see get 5+ warm leads a week using LinkedIn plus AI expert, lead generation, etc. That first line is very important. When you leave a comment on someone's post or you send them a connection request, they can see your photo, your name, and that first line. Okay. So build the first line. It's like a mini elevator pitch. Okay. So you can see in mine, it's like, it starts with the verb, get 5+ warm leads a week using LinkedIn plus AI. So if someone's interested in, they'll want to know more. They'll start a conversation. Okay. The rest are search engine optimized keywords. What will they be searching on Google or LinkedIn for? Okay. So that my profile turns up both on Google and on the LinkedIn search. Okay. So if they put in LinkedIn coach, lead generation, then, I should be turning up LinkedIn training, etc. Okay. So I've identified those. Plus, you can see there, I put there 650 plus founders helped. Okay. So again, this is just a metric that helps people, it builds proof. Okay. Then underneath that, there is what I call a lead magnet, how to master ChatGPT 5 fast. Okay. So if people click on that, they get access to a particular download where they can share the name and email ID with me and that is how I also generate leads. Okay. So that is there. And then finally, we have the 5th thing, which is, this is a bonus hack I want to give you, which is normally the 5th thing there is where you can see AI LinkedIn expert. Either people put he, she, it's like a pronoun, but you can also have something called a custom pronoun. And there I've again put in what my expertise is. So here, AI LinkedIn expert. Okay. So if you use that as well, then you will be able to stand out. Okay. Now, if you scan this QR code, okay, you can actually download a full cheat sheet, which has 10 specific points, which you can action to turn your LinkedIn profile into a sales page. Okay. So I'll give you a quick moment. You can just take out your mobile phone and, scan that QR code, point to it, and you should be able to download that. I'll just give you a quick moment to put your name and email ID in. Okay. And you'll get a copy of that PDF in your email. Just check the spam folder as well, just in case it ends up in spam. Okay. Okay. So I hope you guys have had a chance to do that. Okay. I will move on. Okay. So now let's look at, we've set up the profile in the right way. Now we need to get visible in the market. And how are we going to get visible in the market? Okay. It is by creating content. Okay. So the content is there. to build trust. Okay. So it is able to build trust because people are then able to identify, yes, you have expertise. What do you specifically have expertise in? What problems do you solve? Because most people are aware of their problems, but they don't know the solution. Because you are in this business for a long time, you know what the solutions are, but your prospect generally doesn't. And they are searching for people who know the solution. Okay. So this is where this happens. And then people will begin to, like and comment. Okay. And then also visit your profile. And these days now, what happens is that LinkedIn will show you, okay, because of a specific post, how many people have actually visited your profile. And if you take, say, the business premium package or something, you can actually see who's visited your profile over the last 90 days. Anyone who visits your profile, who's from your ideal client profile, it's actually a buying signal. And you should send them a connection request and start conversations. Okay. And this is how you are going to be able to kind of build credibility with the right target market. New people from your target market will discover you and be able to come along. Sorry, just. Yeah, Neeraj, you should be able to get it in an email, huh? So you're not going to, you should be getting an email. You should be able to get it, okay? So just check in your email, okay? And in case you don't see it in your inbox, just check the spam folder, okay? Okay, I will just continue. Don't worry, there will be time for questions and etc. and interaction, okay? So what are the kind of posts that one should be doing, okay? You should be looking at a couple of different things, okay? You should identify what are common problems that your customers face. What are the common problems that you end up solving? Because if you do relate it to that, that makes sense, okay? Then people want to know what is going to happen next. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to, do X or Y related to real estate? So as a thought leader, if you are able to put your point of view there, then it becomes really good, okay? And if you also share personal stories about who you are, what you've done, okay? I will show you some examples of that. Just give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I will show you something related to that. Okay, now one very important thing that you need to do. No. One very important thing you need to know how to do is actually run organic LinkedIn campaigns. Now, what is involved in this, okay? There are 4 different things that are there. Number one, you need to have a strategic content calendar, okay, which is very clear about your ideal target market, the problems that they face. And there are 3 particular post formats that we have, okay, which can help you. First, people to get to know and like you, okay, because if the know and like is not there, then certainly trust will not happen. And then the last part also builds trust, okay? And you need to also reach out on direct messages. So, you should be doing prospecting. I would suggest that, you look at, if you are new at it, then you want to at least be sending out 10 to 15 connection requests to your target market, see whether those people are active on LinkedIn, okay? Every day, be building your network. And with people you're already connected with, continue to have conversations. Okay. And one thing that is there that we help people build is something called the $100 million offer framework. It is a way in which you're able to put the offer in a way that is very relevant to the target market. It identifies their pain, okay? It makes it urgent for them to want to respond back. It makes it relevant, and it's easy for them to say yes to. Now, my suggestion always, and we've done this with a number of brokers, okay, is you focus on, like, say, a specific building or a property that you want to end up selling. If you create it around there and say that, okay, who's going to be the ideal target market for that, okay, it will help you get much better results. Okay. So talking about results, let's talk about this particular gentleman. Shashank Rabia is based in Mumbai in a place called Mulund, and he specializes in luxury properties in Mulund and Thane area. Okay, so first thing that we did, okay, was he said, okay, I have a LinkedIn profile, but I haven't touched it for years. I can't remember last time I logged in. Okay. And most of the people that are actually connected to me are other brokers, So I don't even have the right people there. So we said, okay, no problem. Let's first identify what are your key strengths? What makes you different? Okay. So number one is a civil engineer. Okay. And he was a former builder. Okay. So, and nowhere was that mentioned on his profile. So we made sure that it was included there. Then we gave a track record of, like which companies has he worked for earlier, which are some of the developers he's working with. Okay, what is his key USP? So he has a zero brokerage model. Okay, and he is very good at negotiating. So once all of these things were clear, we were able to build all of this into his profile, and I'll just show you his profile in a moment. Okay, so this then made it very relevant for the target market. So when they saw his updated profile, okay, then he was able to really get people to accept the connection request. Okay, so we then helped him. We identified, okay, he had a particular building where he wanted to sell some 25 flats. Okay, so we identified what the features of those particular property was, the type of buyers that he wanted, who are the people he had sold such properties to successfully. We really profiled them. Okay, and he was able to even get the developer to throw in some really amazing deals and bonuses that made the whole thing no-brainer. Okay, and there was a particular deadline that was there. So there was even a trip to Norway, for a couple of days that was thrown in as part of this. Okay, so it was all timed in a particular way. Okay, and then he started on the content system. He started doing the DMs to the warm buyers. He identified people who are senior professionals in good positions or seem like successful entrepreneurs from within, the Thane, Mulund area. And he started connecting with them. Okay, so as you can see here now, okay, very clearly, you can see here he's used that elevator pitch in the right way. What if your next home came with hidden inventory, engineered discounts, and a trusted advisor at 0% brokerage? DM me insider to know more. Okay, and then very clear, this first line under his name: I help families to buy luxury apartments in Mulund and Thane. Off-market inventory, best discounts, optimized payment plans, okay, engineer vetted, end-to-end guidance, okay. So all of those things. He also mentioned he's a BNI member, okay. So all of these particular things suddenly turned his page into a proper sales page. And as he started to send to his target market, people started accepting because it was very professionally put together, right from the image to the background to the write-up, everything. Okay. Okay. So what happened was that his first post was an introduction post, which got a couple of thousand views, and a lot of kind of people that knew him, because they've not really seen him active on LinkedIn, suddenly liked and commented on it, which started to show to parts of their network. Okay. And then in one of these people who saw it was very impressed by how he had introduced himself. Okay. She left a message saying, please get in touch with me. And that then initially, he was looking at selling 2 flats, and then that 2 became 3 because the brother of that lady also wanted to buy a flat. Okay, so he ended up selling 3 flats, and all with 0 organic spend. Now, just want to tell you, he actually is making every month 50,000 cold calls. Okay, he has a complete cold calling system set up. Okay, and this was the first time he had tried something organic, and he was absolutely blown away that how is it possible that just me doing the right things on LinkedIn organically with 0 ads, I've been able to generate, he generated 2 immediate leads, and one of them was able to convert. Okay. Okay. Next, another very important thing that we tell people is stories sell, and particularly if they're case studies. So here in this particular case, Ram Prasad, had shared with us that, hey, he had been paid 3 lakh extra bonus on top of his commission, okay, for this particular real estate deal for MNC. And, he can give some more detail about that, okay, which, he turned it into a story format. And one of his key strengths is that he is a lawyer as well. So then he was able to, identify 4 very important clauses which protected this company. And they really appreciated, right from the chairman sitting in Germany, sent him a message and sent him this very generous bonus. Now, that by itself, this story, it generated 8,960 impressions, and he's got 5 incoming leads because of that. Okay, and 2 of them have converted. Ram Prasad, would you be able to just share something else, or in case I've missed something?
No, you have not missed anything. So you said it right. We did this transaction with the MNC, and I heavily lean onto the legal part, and they were happy, and they paid me a 3 lakh bonus. So once, though I was sitting in Neeraj's classes on a Saturday at Geo, and we shared this story, he immediately made us write the story, and within 5 minutes, I posted it on LinkedIn. Typically, I get between 200 to 400 not engagement, views. In 7-8 days, it went to 7,000, and we had some 270-80 likes and many engagement. And another good thing that happened, Neeraj, was one of my CFO client actually sent this link article to his CFO group and CXO group, from where now we started getting leads. 2 have converted. There are 2 more in the pipeline. So hopefully May end or June we'll be able to give more news. That just one article which had a storytelling format basically. how corporates like this and they've engaged with us. So
Wonderful.
I have never seen this side of LinkedIn in last 10 years of my career.
So as the line there says, stories sell. Okay, you need to know how to tell the story in a way that doesn't trumpet you, but you don't get actually inbound inquiries coming in. Okay. Now, a lot of things that people do in their business operationally is a lot of things are done manually. Okay. And this is another place where, AI can help you. Now, we on LinkedIn as well, we have a complete AI system because as I began to learn ChatGPT from December 22, I was an early adopter. By 2023, I had converted the entire LinkedIn system into 20 plus custom GPTs. They could do everything from help you to put together your offer, to put together your profile, put together the content, calendar, write the content, draft the DMs, you name it. Okay. But we started going even deeper into AI and looking at AI automations. Okay, so one key problem is that, say, you get a particular inquiry, then you have to search your specific database of properties. Okay, then you have to shortlist properties based on the specific requirements because the client will give you specific requirements. Okay, so in this case, this was a commercial real estate agent, and he would ask some 10, 12 questions, which would give a very clear idea of the requirement of the client. Okay, then he has to go into his database and match against his property database. Okay, and this used to take at least 48 hours for them to get back with, hey, this is a short list. Now imagine if the same thing could be done in minutes and you get a report which can be either emailed or WhatsApp to the client. Okay, so let me just show you that rather than talk about it. Okay, so there's a little video that I've recorded. I just want to make sure that sound is going to be coming for this. Just give me a second. I just want to make sure that my computer's sound will be, yeah. Okay. Okay. So let me. Okay, let me just play this video. Okay. In this video, I'm going to take you through an AI automation that we have set up for a commercial real estate agent. So what you'll see right now is there's an initial form where the customer gives the specific requirement. Okay, so from what type of premises that they want, the size, the location, budget, timeline, if they have a specific vastu preference, any other specific requirements or limitations in terms of parking, washrooms, etc. And also what they do is they visit the existing premises just to see what are the things that they don't like, they like, etc. So we do that here. Now what it's going to do is I'm going to just click on continue, and that will activate the agent. So now what it's going to do is it's going to go through a specific set of steps. So here we'll just say here current premises is too small. Okay. And we'll just say yes, confirm requirements. Okay. So we now click on continue. And now what it's going to do is it's actually going to look at a Google Sheet which has the client's properties that are already listed with them. And it's actually going to do a property matching. And it will identify properties that match the specific requirement. And you can see here it's giving, what's the percentage of the match. Okay. And then it also gives a reasoning, etc. So here it's giving you all the different things that are there. Okay. And then it's also given a particular constraint, about the budget. So it's doing all of that. Okay. And then here it's provided a short list of the three. Okay. And now it's generating for each property a detailed report, which can actually be sent to the client. It's a client-facing report. So you can see here, there's an executive summary, property overview, key features and amenities, floor details, vastu, if that's important to the client, and in line with their requirements, and then in case there are any particular challenges that there may be. Okay, so these are all the things that have been done. So you can see it's been done for all the other properties as well. Okay, so here this is the last property. Okay, so now this can be sent either as an email or it can be put together as a document. Okay, which can then be sent. Okay, so this is a amazing way in which. So there you go. So you saw how quickly it happened, right? Literally things that were taking hours or days now done literally in minutes. And if your database is also being updated on a daily basis, okay, then it has the most recent information there. Okay. So that is an example. Okay. So there were 4 parts here. Number one, there was a simple form which captured client requirement. Okay. Right from premise type, size, budget, timeline, parking, electrical requirements, if they need parking, washrooms, all sorts of things like that. Then in their case, they used to do a premises visit of the existing premise to just identify what the challenges are that they're facing and confirm whether whatever is correct. Then it goes to a AI property matching agent, which scans the Google Sheet database, scores each property, and only gives properties matching, above a certain percentage. Okay, so you can obviously change that percentage. Okay, and it will give reasoning for that. And then after that, it generated a automatic executive summary, which can then be sent by email or WhatsApp to the client. So all of these things, it just saved 3 to 4 hours of manual work, and it could be done in minutes, and that is time that could be reinvested into client relationships, sourcing new deals, and closing them. Okay. So these are some simple examples of how LinkedIn and AI can be brought together to help you attract, qualify, present, and close better clients. It will help you create more credible LinkedIn profile, better content, faster turnaround times. Okay. So all of these things matter. So what is the action plan? Because we're all about action. Okay. So first things first, okay, do work on your profile, because that is the handshake. Okay. Imagine you are going to a networking event. If you're not dressed for the event and you don't have your elevator pitch, then nothing's going to work. Okay. So that is what I would suggest to you. And I hope you've already downloaded that particular cheat sheet that will help you get started. Then you can look at a number of posts that you can think of. I will just show you one moment. I'll just show you. So here is Shashank. Okay. And what are the kind of posts and things that he has been doing? Okay. So right now, just a second. Just want to make sure that this is being seen. Okay. So here right now, he's talking about, that there's a tunnel which is coming up in the west side of the suburb. Okay. So he's got a map of it. You can see here, like over 143 people have liked it, 46 comments, and he's explaining how this is going to impact properties in that particular area. Okay. So this is a great idea of the kind of post. Okay, so it's like forward looking in terms of that. Here, the developers sales team already knows this, so it makes you curious, like what do they know that I don't know, that are there. Then here, what's happening, how is Mumbai developing from industrial compounds to these premium towers. And what you can do here, it's like a personal story post. Okay. Again, this gets a lot of positives. Here, he's also part of my AI mastermind, so he had posted about that. Okay. So here, there's a particular duplex that he wants people to know about. Okay. Mulund, what's going on in this particular sector. So it's giving an insider's view on it. Okay. So this is giving you some ideas of the kinds of things that can be posted. Okay. I'm done from my side. I hope that was useful for people, and we can, I guess, leave some time for some Q&A or interaction.
Yep. So members who would love to ask questions and know more or how to do, they can put it in the chat, and Neeraj can take each question at a time.
Ram, I think there are already a few questions that have come on the chat board.
Yeah,
I think this.
Yeah. So Neeraj, one Surendra Kumar Yadav is asking how to find the right target audience on LinkedIn to send DMs. Surendra is asking.
Okay, so you have to first know who your target audience is. If I ask you what industry are they part of, what job title do they have, what location do they have, all of those are filters in the search bar on LinkedIn. Okay, so if you open up LinkedIn, then there is a particular search bar. Okay, so then like if you type in CEO or say founder, okay, and I put this why, because I want people who are the key decision makers. Okay, then it will begin to show you. Now you will see that there'll be many other filters that are there. Okay, so if you click on people, okay, there are many other filters. Now because I use LinkedIn every day, I use Sales Navigator. Okay. Now, why would I use Sales Navigator? First of all, it will be able to tell me if I want to target people that are in companies of a certain size. So I can give a head count in terms of number of employees. And number two, I can decide on a particular filter, which is like, have they been active on LinkedIn in the last 30 days? So here under location, then, I can say, specify, say, Mumbai. Okay. So then it starts to give me a smaller list. Okay. Then I want people that are second degree connections. So they're not people directly connected to me. Okay. So if I want to expand my network, then I want to deal with second degree connections. If I want to have conversations with my existing networks, then instead of second, I will choose first degree. Okay. So then right now, these are all the people that are currently CEOs or founders in Mumbai that are in my first degree connections. Okay. And then I can go on to Sales Navigator. Okay. And this is a paid version of that is there. Okay. But then can you see, like, I'm able to get into things like company headcount. Okay. So how many, like what size of company are they? Okay. Because that will give you an idea there as well. And then, like if I click on see all filters, okay, then I can also decide, have they been active on LinkedIn, or are we part of similar groups, things like that. Okay. Then if I'm already following those particular companies, okay, then I would want that. Or if we have some other people that are related, etc. So you're able to begin to do all of these things, okay, and really get a very filtered list of people that are there, okay. And then you can begin to build lists specifically like that. So if I want specifically people from a particular industry, say financial services or something, because I work with a lot of people from financial services, then I will get only those founders and CEOs in financial services. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to people.
Yeah, thank you, Neeraj. We have Devin Dudley. He's asking, can AI search from our CRMs?
100%. If you connect your CRMs, it will be able to do that. Okay. So depends on which CRM you're using, but most of the CRMs, they typically have a way in which you can export your data. Okay. And you can put it in a spreadsheet. And then from there, you'll be able to then begin to find those people. So if you're not currently connected to those people, I presume they're already on your CRM because there's been some sort of interaction before. Okay, then you should begin to add them on LinkedIn.
Okay, great. We have Jayashree Sharma asking how to get more engagement or get more visibility for a company profile. You've been talking of personal profiles till now. She's asking about company profile.
Okay. I'm going to say something controversial.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm giving you fair, warning about that. Okay. I personally don't in any way focus on company pages. Why? Because a personal profile has 5 times more visibility and engagement than company pages. The reason why Ram Prasad's post kind of went viral is because he posted from his own personal profile, not his company page, although he has a company page. Okay. And the biggest mistake I see people make, and they say, oh, we have 10,000 followers on the company page. And I go, and so how many leads are you getting? Okay. And then, I will get a blank stare, because they don't want to tell me that they're getting 0 leads. Okay. And that's kind of what will happen. The only time you should be using your company page is if you're going to have an event which you're going to be inviting people to. It can be offline or online. Then there is a particular way in which you can set up that LinkedIn event, okay, where people can just register. It will automatically capture the name, email ID, phone number, etc., automatically from LinkedIn itself. So everything is done there, and then you can actually download that on to your you can upload that to your CRM, your email marketing system, etc. So this is how we do it. And I run events once a quarter, and I have anywhere from 70 to 100 people turning up, and that's been a key way in which we've got conversions.
Great, thank you. We have Sunil Jaswal from Bhumi Realty, Reka, Kolkata. His question is, does posting a regular content help in generation of leads? He hasn't tried LinkedIn for this purpose, that is lead generation.
See, you have to have a strategy there. Okay, so it's not just post and ghost. Okay, so if you're aware of BNI, BNI is a networking platform where people get an opportunity to do, members get an opportunity to talk about their profession and what they do for 60 seconds. Okay, so imagine posting is just like you turn up, you just give your 60 seconds and go away. Okay. You're not going to get business like the person who not only posts, like gives their 60 seconds, but spends time networking with people before and after the meeting. Okay. And the real connections happen before and after the meeting. Okay. Because at the end of the day, the ROI here, it's a networking platform, is when relationships are built. Okay. Conversations happen. So it actually helps with these conversations.
Thank you, Neeraj. Any more questions anyone would like to ask?
Ram sir, I think there are two in the Q&A portion. Please.
One second.
Sorry, I don't know where to look.
So there's one question, I think, by Piyush Sadi, who says how to build the right narrative which sounds natural, still promotes the project or property you want to promote.
It's there are many ways to do it. If you do it via a story, okay, you see you have to understand who your end target market is. If you understand what their pains are and what their aspirations are, then you're going to end up using that language, okay, in the post. And if you use that, then immediately you will gain their attention, okay. And one of the common mistakes I see people making is that every post that they do is a sales post. Now, if you sell all the time, no one is going to be interested, okay. So I do 70% educational posts. I do 20%, which are more middle of the funnel content, okay, which is like, why should you work with us? What are the benefits? What are some of the case studies? Okay. And then 10% would be actual offer posts. Okay. So in Shashank's case, he did one offer post, which is, okay, I'm launching this particular project. Okay. And I'm giving a very special offer and etc. And he gave a timeline of exactly 1 week for that, because that's what was available, and that generated because there was some festival as well at that time, which typically people end up wanting to buy properties, very auspicious. I can't remember the specific. So but that really helped. So
I would like to add Neeraj's and Piyush's. We do a lot of educational posts. So I help, I'm in the commercial real estate sector helping CFO, CXO close deals. So normally we have identified top 10 pain points every CFO feels, whether he's renting a 500 square feet office or 50,000 square feet office. And for those 10 pain points, we have at least 100 answers. We play with those answers every week, giving 1 point. Second is BKC is one of the main markets in Mumbai CBD. So we track what are the last transactions done, why people should come to BKC, who should not come. See, it is also important that you guide your client what not to do. So educational, I find, is very important. Pain point is second. Selling, as Neeraj sir rightly said, 10 to 15% should be actual sales things. So thank you, Piyush. Amit Bahel, thanks Neeraj for everything. 2 questions. Are there currently any restrictions per day or per week to send out new connection requests in LinkedIn? I would like to know how we could get people or our target audience to engage with us on our post via DM. Just not likes, and getting them to do shares also of your.
Okay, look, you've got to earn the right. Everyone wants to promote themselves, okay, but are you creating content which is share worthy? Okay, and more important than share worthy, save worthy, okay? Because there is a new metric that is coming on LinkedIn, which is they're measuring how many people have saved your post, okay? And if you're able to create content which is save worthy, okay, then automatically save worthy also ends up getting share worthy, okay? So that is focus really on the value and drill down on the customer, the ideal customer. The second thing is, yes, of course, LinkedIn has limits, not only on search, but how many connection requests that you can send, okay? So in a week, okay, you can send, if you have business premium, okay, then you can send up to 200 connection requests, which are blank connection requests without a message in a week, okay? So I wouldn't try and do everything in one day, okay? I would suggest that you, maybe do, and if you've not been initially sending, then you want to send a small amount first and say if you did 15, 20 a day and then begin to go up to maybe 25 to 35 per day, okay? So that would be one of the things that I would say. If you use Sales Navigator, then of course you not only get the opportunity to send connection requests to people who are not connected to you or not in your network, even third-degree connections. You can even send them emails and things like that. But it has to be very valuable content. And if it's not, then people will think you are just spamming them.
Yeah, got it.
And not only will they think you're spam, they may disconnect from you and they may even report you. And if enough people report you, then LinkedIn could shadow ban you. That means that you can be stopped from sending connection requests, messages, etc.
Got it. We have Jatinder Mahajan. While planning for a content calendar, should we focus more on the creative part or should we do the caption part? What do you suggest which attracts people and becomes a scroll stopper?
You need both. You need a strong hook, okay? And you need a strong image. LinkedIn has become very visual these days, okay? And we even use AI generated ones, but not the kind of the ones that people do, which are blatantly looking like AI, okay? I'll just share some kind of posts that have been working very well for me. I'll just give you an idea of some of the ones that are there. Okay, one moment. Okay, so this is 100% AI generated. This whiteboard type one, okay? And these ones are doing very well. So you can see this has got about 3,500 impressions, okay? Now, if I click on this, okay, you will be able to see how many members it's been reached, which are unique, okay? And then can you see here, 28 people have saved it, and then 2 people have sent on LinkedIn, and 3 people have reposted it, okay? So again, this is the saves that I was telling you about. Now, so here, this is a photo of me. This is like a meme. This is an AI generated one, but a framework which people like. This is what we call a carousel, okay? And it's a very clean carousel. And this is again done using AI, okay? And you can see this has got almost 9,000 impressions, okay? And if I see the view analytics, there'll be a lot more people that have saved it, okay? So let's see here. You can see 75 people have saved it, okay? And can you see it's got 41 people to visit my profile, okay? And I've gained 18 followers because of this, okay? So then that shows that this is valuable to people.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that insight. We have Ishan. What kind of gesture text should we send to a customer before we begin pitching the sale? Ishan, I couldn't follow. What do you mean by a gesture text? And if you can type or and Deven Dudley is asking, should we have a premium LinkedIn profile? Is it worthwhile for a realtor to take a premium account right now, or can a standard profile work?
First things first, make sure that your LinkedIn profile is sorted out correctly as a sales page. Before you invest any money and pay LinkedIn, okay? Then at least start posting 3 times a week, okay? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, okay? And then begin to leave some comments on other people's posts, okay? So, why do I say this? Okay, it's like paying for a gym membership, going once and then not using it, you're not going to get results. Okay, so get used to the habit of like exercising regularly, and then what you'll find is yes, premium is definitely one I would recommend. If you're very serious, then you'll do like I do. I use Sales Navigator because then I'm able to save everyone. I'm able to create lists. I have multiple lists according to industry, profession, size of company, etc. Okay, I'm able to do a lot of different things with that.
Great. Thank you. So I have shared Neeraj's profile in the chat box. I request everyone to visit his profile, add him as a connection, see what his profile. Now you know the business he is in as a coach. See what has been done on that. Look at some other profile. I'll share my profile as well. I think the most worthwhile thing everyone can do is start fine-tuning your profile. Once you do that, you will see automatically, people are finding. And we have Mallikarjun Reddy asking, I have an individual account and I have a company also. Can I use personal account for lead generation?
Yes, 100%. Please use the personal one for lead generation.
Okay.
Don't worry about the company page.
Yeah. Saurabh Jain is asking, are there any AI tools to create images relevant to our LinkedIn post?
Yes, Gemini is the best one. Google Nano Banana Pro is part of Gemini. It's part of that. So that is superb. So that whiteboard image that you saw is 100% created on Google Nano Banana from Gemini. Okay, and just yesterday, ChatGPT launched its brand new image platform, and my team has been using it. So I was getting feedback from them. Okay, it's very good, and it's almost on par with Nano Banana. And the way it wins is that it's very quick. Okay, so all of these models are improving by the day. So yes, I've even created a gem where I can put the content of the post. Okay, it will understand the sentiment and everything, who the target market is, and it will create the images that will go with that post. Okay, together with the text that should be on that image as well.
Yeah. We have Manav asking, can you put inventories on LinkedIn? Basically, he's asking, can we put property listings on LinkedIn?
Don't do it in the normal way, okay? Because no one's going to kind of even stop by on LinkedIn for that, okay? So you have to do it in a way which is like, how will it help the client, okay? Not just a normal listing, okay? So that would be a better way of doing it. And then if you like did a carousel where you have images, and then you talk about the advantages, etc., then that's more likely to work. Otherwise, people are not coming on LinkedIn expecting to see inventory. They're coming to network and learn, okay, and do business. So those are the 3 reasons why people are on LinkedIn. So make it. I mean, you might get lucky, but not really.
So thanks. We'll take this last question, Neeraj. For premium account, in LinkedIn, are there any options that realtors should take, or there is one standard option of a monthly fee?
Yeah, the business premium one is there. So I recommend that one. What I would suggest is first start
Yeah.
on a monthly basis, okay, and
Yeah.
just get a feel for it, okay. You get a lot more searches available, okay, because otherwise on the free version, then like if you do 3 to 4 searches, then they're like, okay, no, you're done for the day, like. So you'll get a lot more searches, and you'll be able to see all the people that visited your profile in the last 90 days.
Got it.
Okay,
Thank
so that is the key benefit that you'll get.
Thank you, Neeraj, for sharing all these insights into us. I'm sure everyone here will definitely benefit from implementation. Santosh sir, Chairman of Education, over to you for the closing remarks and winding up the session.
So I'm so thankful, so grateful to Neeraj sir. One more time, we got the opportunity to interact and to learn from him. Many thanks to Ram sir for bringing us this opportunity again, and my friend Amit ji for your hard work and continuous support, and Chandresh ji for his vision, for his continuous support as well. All our team members in National Association of Realtors India, Ekta, for communicating and from making this happen. Thank you so much. I also troubled you for a bit. And then to our esteemed participants from all across the country, I think there were more than close to 120 people, I think. So we are so thankful to you. We are looking forward to have such sessions ahead. I'm so thankful, Neeraj ji.
Thank
I
you.
will request our participants to please go through the profile of Neeraj sir and get connected to learn more such things in the future. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Neeraj. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You.
Okay.
you, Amit. Thank you, Ekta. Thank you, Ram sir. Thank you, Santosh ji.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.